नमो ओम विष्णु पदाय कृष्ण पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी इति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा as usual I am very happy to be here. Durban is a very special place, and I feel myself very fortunate that somehow or other I have become connected to South Africa. And the credit for that I will give to my very dear God brother and friend, Shyamlal. It is His Grace, Shyamlal Prabhu, who brought me to South Africa at a time when I, as an Indian citizen, was under the impression that I can go anywhere in the world except South Africa. Because my passport had a very clear stamp on it, valid for all countries except South Africa. So naturally in my mind it was very vividly imprinted that this is one country that I won't be able to go. And then it was in 1989, I was in Belgium, that was my zone at that time. And I get a call from Shyamlal. And he told me that in South Africa there is some problem. And since I was the chairman of the GBC that year, he said I have to come. So I told him that, look, I can't go to South Africa because the passport doesn't allow me. So Shyamlal Prabhu said, look, I'm an Indian and I'm living here. So where there is a will, there is a way. And then he explained that how I could come, although my passport doesn't allow me to come here. But he told me that visa would be granted on a separate piece of paper and my passport won't be stamped and so forth. Anyway, so it is because of Shyamlal Prabhu that I am here. And it is my good fortune that I got to know all of you. And you are such wonderful devotees. And I travel around the world, I see how Krishna consciousness is developing. And I notice that South Africa is a very special place. Because of you all, that we have accepted Krishna consciousness so sincerely. And this movement is meant to spread all over the world. And these are the signs, these are the clear indications that this movement is bound to spread. To begin with, we cannot possibly have any doubt that this movement is going to spread all over the world in every town and village. Because that is the prediction of the Supreme Personality of God. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu mentioned that this movement will spread all over the world in every town and village. So the Lord's words can never go in vain. And the proof is already there. Some years ago, some say 55 years ago, who would ever believe that Krishna consciousness movement is spread the way it is spread today? And 50 years back, Srila Prabhupada went to America 51 years ago. And then, after 1 year of struggle, Srila Prabhupada established this international society for Krishna consciousness. Others could have had their doubts about this prediction of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, but Srila Prabhupada didn't have any doubt. That's why when Srila Prabhupada registered ISKCON, he named it the International Society for Krishna Consciousness. If we consider the situation at that time, it was a small little storefront, about 15 feet by 20 feet maybe, not even 20 feet. Small little storefront. In Lower East Side, the most run down, most dilapidated area of New York City. In their small little storefront, and Prabhupada registers the institution, and he names it the International. So it was clear in Prabhupada's mind that this movement, what he established, was meant to spread all over the world. Srila Prabhupada went to America to fulfill that prediction of Sri Chaitanya. Prabhupada was sent to this world to fulfill that prediction of Sri Chaitanya. Although it was a continuous struggle for about 44 years, but Srila Prabhupada managed to go. When he was 26 years old, in 1922, his spiritual master, Srila Bhakti in the very first meeting, instructed him to spread the message of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu throughout the world in English language. And since that time, Prabhupada took it up as his life's mission. He was very well situated. He was a manager of a pharmaceutical company. He was married, he had a child, but Prabhupada quit his job. He quit his job because when one is employed by somebody, his time is sold out to his employer. Srila Prabhupada considered that his time would be his time. So he wanted to offer himself completely to fulfill that mission of that wonderful saintly person who instructed him to carry the message of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to the Western world. And then finally, after about 44 years, Prabhupada gets an opportunity to leave India, go to the West. And that also in a cargo ship. Somehow he arranged a passage, a free passage offered to him. Like he actually begged this opportunity from Sumati Maharaja. She was extremely reluctant. She told Prabhupada, Swami, what do you do in America? Who will listen to you? What will you eat? And this voyage is not going to be easy at this age. How are you going to withstand that difficulty? But Prabhupada insisted, and finally she agreed. She succumbed to Srila Prabhupada's pressure. And she arranged that passage. And she was quite doubtful whether Srila Prabhupada will have any success. She actually informed her office in New York. Whenever Swamiji wants, just arrange for his return passage. Because she thought after a few days Srila Prabhupada will give up and come back. And Srila Prabhupada also used to feel, in a way, like going back. But he would give up. And then what happened in the history? The history that will be written in golden words for the whole world to recognize. What Srila Prabhupada has done. Srila Prabhupada arrived there in total uncertainty. He didn't have any money at all. He didn't have a single penny. A single American currency. All he had is 40 rupees. And what is 40 rupees? 40 rupees is just a piece of paper. No recognition. I think even in South Africa also, rupees don't have any value. So you can very much it. Like in America, what was 40 rupees was? Rupees. Nobody recognized. Prabhupada didn't know where to go. He didn't he himself mentioned he didn't know whether to turn right or to left. Fortunately, the only person that Prabhupada was, or rather Prabhupada knew of, is the son of one of his acquaintances from Mathura, Gopal Agarwal. And fortunately, Gopal Agarwal sent a travel agency to receive Srila Prabhupada and put him in a bus to the place where he was staying, Butler, a remote place in Pennsylvania. Prabhupada comes to Butler, Pennsylvania. But Prabhupada didn't go to America to stay in Butler. Prabhupada went there with a big mission. So he decided to go to New York. And he developed some acquaintance with one Dr. Mishra, who was a medical doctor, but who had opened up a yoga ashram, Ananda ashram. So Prabhupada stayed there. He was anyway, I don't know what to say. He was a big person in this. But anyway, I must give some credit to him that he at least hosted Srila Prabhupada. And Prabhupada actually, elderly people make friends quite easily. And so Prabhupada stayed there for a while. And in the meantime, Prabhupada developed some acquaintances with some young boys. And then when Prabhupada told them that he was looking for a place, and one of their friends just left for San Francisco, and his place was available for rent. And they said, why didn't you tell us a few days back? We could have arranged that for you. But that place was taken up by one of their friends, David Allen, who also was quite affected by Srila Prabhupada. So when it was proposed to him, then David accepted to have Prabhupada as his roommate. So Prabhupada started to stay with this young boy in David Allen. Those days in America, the young boys and girls were kind of getting drifted away into a counterculture where they were trying to find a positive alternative, but the way of finding the positive alternative was through drugs and sex. So, David being affected by Srila, influenced by Srila Prabhupada, gave up his addiction. And Prabhupada wrote to some of his godbrothers about David Allen, and he felt that David Allen would be his first American disciple. But unfortunately, David went back to drugs. And one day when he was tripping in LSD, he had Prabhupada ran down the stairs, came onto the street. No place to stay. The only place that he had now driven out of that. He calls another young boy that he had went with, Michael Grant. And Michael arranged for Prabhupada to stay with one of his friends. And in the meantime, he's the one who actually arranged this 26-second arrangement for Prabhupada. He rented it, and behind that storefront arranged an apartment for Srila, one bedroom apartment for Srila Prabhupada, on the first floor of the building. So Prabhupada shifted there, and that's how it started. Young boys and girls started to come. They were not so much interested in listening to Srila Prabhupada's teachings. Although Prabhupada used to regularly give Bhagavad Gita classes in the evening, their main attraction was the music that Prabhupada used to make. They used to love to come to make music with Swami. And the music was Hare Krishna. So then Prabhupada decided to register the company and register the institution as the International Society for Krishna Consciousness. So they could at least tolerate that international aspect. But that Krishna consciousness part, they had difficulty. The lawyer who was registering the company told Prabhupada that maybe you should, instead of calling it Krishna consciousness, you should call it God consciousness. Because people don't understand what Krishna consciousness meant. Srila Prabhupada and the other devotees were also witnesses of that registration. They also agreed, yes. So, better to call it International Society for God Consciousness. But Prabhupada's response was, no, I have come here to make everybody understand that Krishna is God. So that is how convinced Srila Prabhupada was about this mission. So this is how it all started 50 years back. Prabhupada registered ISKCON. And today, of course, we are running into 50 years to the birth of ISKCON. But what Srila Prabhupada did within 10 years' time is the most amazing miracle that has happened. Actually, we all are too close to Srila Prabhupada, we're too close to this happening to really register what actually Prabhupada had done, what actually happened to Srila Prabhupada. And when we think of it, then we see that this is all Krishna's arrangement. Why Krishna made Srila Prabhupada struggle for 44 years and then brings him to America when he is 70 years old? Krishna has a plan. Krishna had a plan. And the plan becomes quite obvious to us today. We can see that that was the most appropriate time for Prabhupada to go to America. And why did Prabhupada go to America? He could have gone to England, he could have gone. And about that, Prabhupada himself mentioned one of his godbrothers, his Guru Maharaja, Srila Bhakti sent one of his godbrothers to England. He didn't succeed. Sent another godbrother to Germany. Didn't succeed. So, about going to America, Prabhupada said that they failed in England, others failed in Germany. So I thought, if I fail, let me fail in some other country. But Srila Prabhupada was not meant to fail. Prabhupada was destined to succeed. And America was the most appropriate period at that time, and most appropriate place at that time. If we look at if we track the history, then we see after the Second World War, America reached the height of material prosperity. But although America reached the height of material prosperity, the youth of America became disillusioned. In one hand, the material prosperity, but at the same time, Vietnam War. And the young American youth of America were being drafted to join the army to fight the battle in Vietnam. And their consideration, why should we succumb to that? And they saw that material prosperity doesn't really bring happiness. So they decided to search for happiness, counterculture, positive alternative. which was named at that time Hindu culture. So when they were searching for the positive alternative in a wrong way, Srila Prabhupada arrived to give them the real positive alternative to materialistic way of life. So no other period would have been more suited for Prabhupada to go to America. And no other place was more suited to go to America. And also Prabhupada himself admitted that America was the country at the time that the whole world was following. So if Americans accepted Krishna consciousness, then the whole world would accept. So this is how we see that everything was arranged by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. We can go on and on and on like that. The youth of America comes forward to help Sri Prabhupada. Although they were leading a life which was completely detrimental to Krishna consciousness, but they accepted Krishna consciousness, giving up their normal course of life, lifestyle, drugs and sex. They gave up drugs. They gave up illicit sex. They gave up meat eating. They gave up a life of untruthfulness. And that shows how they committed themselves to Srila Prabhupada. And then Prabhupada initiates some of those boys and girls. And then Michael Grant, who was the first person to actually help Srila Prabhupada in America in the most tangible way, he is initiated as Mukunda Das. And his girlfriend, Jenny, as Janaki Devi Das. And after their initiation, Prabhupada said, now that you are initiated, you can't live like girlfriend and boyfriend. You have to get married. Prabhupada got married. And then Prabhupada inspired them to go to the West Coast, because San Francisco was the seat of the youth culture at that time. All the American youth were moving towards San Francisco, the Golden Gate Park, the seat of counterculture. In the area called Haight Ashbury, crossing of two roads, Haight and Ashbury. And Prabhupada tells Mukunda to go and find another such place to set up a center. So on the way to San Francisco, Mukunda joins his two other friends and their girlfriends, who later became Shamsundar and Gurudas, and their wives, Malati Mataji, and 6 of them go to San Francisco and start the activity. They rented a similar kind of place and an apartment for Srila Prabhupada to stay. Then, one day Malati saw her, she was not initiated at that time. Her name was Melanie. Melanie found one nice figurine in a curio shop. And she thought, oh, this would be a nice thing to offer to gift it to Swami. So she brings it to Srila Prabhupada, gives it to Srila Prabhupada. As soon as Prabhupada saw that, Prabhupada got out of his seat and offered obeisance. Everyone was surprised, what's happening? Why Swami is offering obeisance to this figure? Then Prabhupada asked, is there any other such figures? He said, yes, there is one yellow and one white. And Prabhupada said, get them. I'm sure you know by now who they were. Jagannath, Baladev and Subhadra. See, what an amazing way Jagannath, Baladev and Subhadra appeared to ISKCON. Is it just a chance happening, or it is the divine arrangement? Right. Prabhupada asked him whether he could make a bigger replication of these three figures. And Shamshankar didn't have. And that is how Jagannath Baladev were installed. The first deities to be installed in this in San Francisco. Then the deity worship started, and one afternoon Srila Prabhupada came to the temple and he saw Jagannath is missing. Prabhupada asked what happened. So he was told that they have taken Jagannath to the Golden Gate Park. So Prabhupada immediately goes to Golden Gate Park and he sees that the boys and girls were chanting and dancing around Lord Jagannath. That melted Srila Prabhupada's heart. And Prabhupada told him that, look, you can't take the Lord out of the temple literally like this. But if you want to take him out, there is a way to take him out. And then Prabhupada tells them about the chariot festival. And then the chariot festival was arranged. One flatbed truck was decorated, Jagannath, Baladev and Subhadra were taken out. 1967. By 1973 or 74, this festival became so popular in San Francisco that the mayor of San Francisco announced that Rath Yatra Day as a public holiday. Oh. Now, is it just a chance happening? Chariot festival? Today, all over the world, in all the major cities, this chariot festival is conducted. And you know how many chariot festivals take place all over the world today? 585 chariot festivals. Oh. So then, Mukunda, Shamsundar and Gurudas, along with their wives, decided to take the movement out of America. By that time, already by 1768, quite a few temples came out. San Francisco, Los Angeles, Montreal, Toronto, Ann Arbor, Chicago, Denver, Boston. So they thought, now that movement is spreading in America, so let's take it out of America. Now which place to go? Which is the next most important place? If you think out of America. London. So they decided to go to London. And they decided to go the way Prabhupada went. No money, no brand arrangement. Totally depending upon Krishna, they decided to go. And they could fly straight to London because the fare to London was very expensive. Or rather, a relatively cheaper fare is to Luxembourg. So they flew to Luxembourg and then they thought that they would cross the channel in Amsterdam, from Holland. And not exactly that, the port is different, I forgot the name. So, but when they went there, they found that in order to enter into England, they have to show a certain amount of money. Now they didn't have that kind of money with them, for all six of them to go there. So what they did, they put all the money together and one couple went across the channel, entered into England. Then they wired the money back to home for the second couple. Then the money was sent back again for the third couple to enter into LIKE. Some pious and generous Indian family hosted. They were also poor, quite poverty-stricken. They were immigrants from East Africa. Those days, so they were staying with them, and they were trying to preach, but who would listen to them? No one was interested. Even the family that they were staying with, they were not interested in Krishna consciousness or what they had to say. Then one day, they see a poster of the Beatles dressed in Indian clothes. So that gave them Jai Shri Shri Radha Radha Jai Shri So they went to, so they decided, by the time they also got to know that the Beatles, who were actually the most important people at that time, they really created a sensation around the world with their music. And the Beatles went to India to learn yoga from Maharaja and sitar from Ravi Shankar. So that's how they became affected by Indian culture. And they thought that maybe the Beatles will be interested in Krishna consciousness. But when they tried to meet the Beatles, it was practically impossible. Because they were so important and so busy. Then one day, Shamsundar bumps into one of his acquaintances from San Francisco, Rox Cully, who was the manager of a very famous music group at that time called the Grateful Dead. And so when Shamsundar asked what brought Rox Cully to London, Rox Cully said that he had come to meet the Beatles to sign some agreements. So he asked whether he could introduce them to the Beatles. So Rox Cully said, yes, on such and such day, I'll be in the Hammond studio. So Shamsundar goes there and he, Rox Cully was not there, but he tried to convince the gatekeeper to let him in. But the gatekeeper wouldn't let him in because he didn't have any prior. So while he was arguing or reasoning with the gatekeeper, one white Rolls Royce comes there and comes out Yoko Ono, John Lennon's Japanese wife. And Yoko Ono, seeing Shamsundar dressed in dhoti and kurta, says, hey, you must be a friend of John. And he says, yes. So she says, come with me. So she takes him inside. So he is waiting in the reception area for Rox Cully. But in the meantime, George Harrison comes out and sees Shamsundar sitting there. And he says, wow, where you guys have been all this while? I saw you in San Francisco chanting in the streets, and since then I have been thinking of meeting you. So George Harrison invites him to his house to meet him. Now, is this a chance happening? So this is how we can see that how Krishna actually made this perfect arrangement for this movement to spread all over the world, fulfilling his commission. So, at least we should not have any doubt today after we have seen all that happened. Bhakti Vinod Thakur didn't have any doubt. As early as in 1894, in his writing, he mentioned how this teaching of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will spread all over the world, unifying all the religions. All the religions will come under the umbrella of this church. When India was a British colony, Bhakti didn't have any slightest doubt that this would happen. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur didn't have any doubt. At a time when this prediction, even to the Vaishnavas, even to the followers of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, seemed like just a poetic exaggeration. They didn't doubt it. And Srila Prabhupada didn't doubt it. And through Srila Prabhupada we have seen what happened. And after seeing what has already happened, how can we, the followers of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, have any doubt that this prediction of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will be fulfilled to the fullest extent? So now, with that conviction, we have to move forward. We have to push this movement forward. Sometimes we may have to face lots of difficulties. But let those difficulties make our conviction stronger. Through the difficulties, let our conviction become stronger. Those who are weak, they give up at the face of difficulty. But the real strength is in to push on at the face of difficulty. Let us become strong enough to push this movement forward. The world situation is becoming very, very critical, as you can see, and it will become, with the passing of time, it will become even worse. And at the time of difficulties, let us take shelter of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's lotus feet with full conviction. And our conviction will convince others. When others will see that at the face of difficulties we are not running away, but adhering to our conviction, then they will see, yes, this is the way. At the time of total chaos, when they will see with Mridanga and Kartal we are going out chanting the holy name in the streets, they will see, yes, these people have conquered fear of death. Then only they will see the real nature of our movement and the real influence of this movement. So, let's embrace this teachings of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that came to us through the divine mercy of Srila Prabhupada wholeheartedly, and let's push this movement forward. Let's forget our petty differences, let's forget our petty material attachments, and let's commit ourselves completely to this movement. Because that is the goal of human life. At the time of death, we have to leave everything behind. The only thing that we will be able to carry with us is our attachment to Sri Chaitanya. So let's prepare ourselves for that. Thank you very much. All glories to Sri Prabhupada. Should we take any questions? Yes,
Hare Krishna. Does anyone have a question for Maharaj? Questions?
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Okay. If you don't have a question, then I have a question. Okay, how many? Oh, you have a question, Mataji?
Yes, I want to know what you
Take the. Yeah, give her the mic. I love everything. And most of all, I like the people here. The devotees of Sattva. Thank you. Okay. How many of you are chanting 16 rounds every day? Please raise your hands, those who are chanting. Raise it high. Don't hesitate. Okay. Very good. Thank you very much. And how many of you found some positive benefit out of chanting? How many of you think that this is the best thing that happened to you? Thank you so much. Now I'm feeling even more happy. Hare Krishna, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Oh, one more thing. How many of you are reading Srila Prabhupada's books regularly? Okay, how many of you are distributing Srila Prabhupada's books regularly? Do you remember the 50 books program? 50th anniversary of ISKCON, and you have been requested to distribute one book of Srila Prabhupada every week. Is it a very difficult task?
No.
How many of you have done that? Okay. I can see most of you haven't done that. Now it makes it a little more difficult. Like instead of distributing one book per week, now you have to distribute 2 books per week. So how many of you are going to commit yourself to that mission? Well, follow me and raise your hands. Thank you. Thank you. You know, if we do that, what will happen? In this 1 year, we'll be able to distribute 50 million books. See, on your part is just 50 books in 1 year. But that will amount to 50 million, because ISKCON today has about 1 million followers. You included. So please, distribution. Why? How many of you have become influenced by Srila Prabhupada's teachings, by reading Srila Prabhupada's books? Okay, say some years back, how many of you thought of joining Hare Krishna movement? And then you joined. What made you join? Srila Prabhupada's books. Once again, how many of you have been influenced by Srila Prabhupada's teaching, by reading Srila Prabhupada's books? So do you want everybody to take to Krishna consciousness?
Yes.
Okay, let me put it in another way. Do you want the world problems to be solved?
Yes.
Okay, before that, let me ask. Is the world today filled with problems?
Yes.
How many of you think that there are plenty of problems all over the world? Okay, that goes without saying. So, do you want the problems to increase or do you want the problems to disappear? Okay, showing hands. Okay. Ever since you took to Krishna consciousness, did your problems get solved? How many of you think that your personal problems have been solved to a great extent by taking to Krishna consciousness? Now, if everybody takes to Krishna consciousness, will there be any problem left in the world? Yes or no?
No.
Okay, those who are in the favor of yes, raise your hands. Those who are in favor of no, that means there won't be any problem in this world. So do you want to see a problemless world?
Yes.
A world without a problem?
Yes.
Do you want to contribute something towards that happening?
Yes.
So how are you going to do that? Huh? Yes, I am hearing some whispers.
Distribute some.
Right. Then both the things are important. First thing is to read Prabhupada's books. People, by reading Prabhupada's books, will understand what this movement stands for. Like, when people see Hare Krishna devotees, how do they feel? Like, you look alright, you look normal. But us, shaved head, all the Sikha, Tila, saffron, people think that we're weird. We're strange. Sometimes, anyway, I don't want to take too much of your time today. Anyway, since I told, like, it's an interesting anecdote actually. The devotees in America used to go out distributing books in buses, it's called the bus party. And sometimes they had to take bath out in the open. So the devotees were taking bath at one place out in the open. At that time some police car came and they saw the devotees. And the police in the car became so surprised to see that they reported to their office that some creatures from some other planets. So that is the impression that people get of us when they first see us. But when they get close to us, then what happens? Why did you become a devotee? Because we look strange, that's why? No. Because you appreciated the teachings of Sri Chaitanya. So, unless and until people come close to us, they won't be able to recognize what we stand for. And they get to know what we stand for when they read Prabhupada's books. That's why book distribution is so important. So for that matter, I will say, not just distribute books, but make them read those books as well. Make it a point that they read those books. So this is how this movement is going to spread, and naturally after that comes the Hare Krishna Harinam, because that's what we stand for as the Juga Dharma of this age, chanting the holy name of the Lord congregationally, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Harinam Sankirtan Maharaja ki
Jai.
Srila Prabhupada ki
Jai.
All glories to the assembly of
Hare Krishna.
Gaur Premanand.
Hare Krishna.
His Holiness Dr. Charu Swami Maharaja. Hare Krishna. So thank you very much. You'll be happy to know that we'll be having our third monthly Sankirtan Festival on the 20th of August. Usually it takes place on the last Saturday of the month, but because this falls under the Janmashtami weekend, we moved it 1 week up, and this will be our offering to Srila Prabhupada. So that's Saturday, 20th of August. If you think that the last week when we had our Sankirtan Festival, we distributed over 500 books, and we had 115 devotees come for the program.
Wonderful.
So, it doesn't stop there. If you think that these books are going to the people and the people are not thinking about us or the people are not reading it, you are wrong. I'd like to quickly call Veerabhadra, who met somebody in book distribution who was a surfer, and he sent him this wonderful short message during the week.
So we met this guy, his name was Salvan, and this is the message he sent to me. Hi my friend, I said I would say hello. We chatted for a long time and I'm very blessed to come in contact with you. I also decided to stop eating any meat anymore. I'm sure it's going to be a blessed road ahead. I will always keep in contact with you, brother.
Yes, these books can change your life, so we're very happy about that. I also like to introduce another program to you, and this is Becoming a Sage, Page by Page. This program is inspired by His Grace Vaishya Shekhar Prabhu, who was here a few months ago, and he gave us a very simple way to keep on studying Prabhupada's books. Get the slide up?
No one before that. It was on the screen.
It's not coming. So anyway, while we're waiting for that, Vaishya Shekhar Prabhu has broken down Srila Prabhupada's books in very simple ways. In very simple ways. Here he has listed Prabhupada's books and broken it down by pages. So you may choose how long you would like to take, for example, to read Bhagavad Gita. If you would like to finish Bhagavad Gita in 1 month, then it will take 29 days. If you want to finish it in 1 year, then it will take you to read 2.5 pages a day. Similarly, for Bhagavatam, if you want to finish it in 1 year, then you need to read 41 pages. If you want to finish it in 5 years, then you only have to read 8 pages a day. For the Chaitanya Charitamrita, for you to finish it in 2 years, then you only need to read 9 pages a day. So this inspired us to come up with a program, and we would like to launch the Transcendental Book Club. And this program is basically on every second Wednesday of the month. So this coming Wednesday, the 10th of August, you can come to the temple at 6:30, where we'll be having 3 different facilitations on the Chaitanya Charitamrita, Srimad Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita for 1 hour in 3 different venues, followed by sumptuous prasadam, and we will be home by 7:45 or 8 o'clock. So it's a simple program, but it encourages all devotees to come together for us to keep on studying Prabhupada's books and at the same time inspiring us to distribute it. So that's Wednesday at 10th August. The program begins at 6:30 and we will take prasadam at 7:30. So please try to come for this program. It is a free program. All you need to do is register for the program by emailing temple@iskondurban.net, or you can see Bhakti Sipo after the program and give him all your details. Bhakti Sipo, please stand up. So if you like to join us for this program, please see Bhakti Sipo. Also, if you like to come for the monthly Sankirtan Festival on the 20th of August, please give your names to Sipo as well, and we'll be in touch with you for further details.
How many of you are joined to, or how many of you want to join this program? Thank you.
Thank you very much. So we look forward to seeing you and serving you on Wednesday. Why is it important to register? So that we can serve you in a nice way and also cater for you. So that's on Wednesday, 10th of August, Be a Sage program, and 20th of August is our monthly Sankirtan Festival. And this offering will be for Prabhupada and Vyasa Puja. On Tuesday is Women's Day. We will be having a special program here at the temple beginning at 9 a.m. And if you like further details of that, you can see Krishangi Radha Mataji in the foyer after Srila Prabhupada's Guru Puja. On Tuesday at 5 p.m. in New Jagannath Temple, His Holiness Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaj will be giving a special class on Tuesday in Phoenix. And this also Tuesday is our first Janmashtami Hall program, which will be taking place in Reservoir Hills later that evening. And there we will have the special appearance of Association of His Holiness Parthasarathi Maharaj Swami. Please, that's where Tuesday at the Reservoir Hills Seva Samaj. It's Janmashtami coming up as well. The classes will be based